House of Psychology Facts presents 10 mind-blowing dark psychology tricks. Number 1, love bombing. The intoxicating too-good-to-be-true tactic, where the manipulator smothers you with excessive flattery, intimacy, and fake persona mirroring to manufacture feelings of trust and pure adoration, only to abruptly shift into cruelty and devaluation later. Textbook narc stuff. It's like they study you for weaknesses, blindly shower you with fake affection, and then weaponize everything they learned against you once they've reeled you in a total mind twist. Number 2, trauma bonding, where the abuser orchestrates a cycle of violence, intimidation, and psychological torment, punctuated by occasional kindness that hooks the victim like a drug. It breeds powerful feelings of loyalty to the toxic person inflicting the trauma. They dangled just enough affection to keep you pathologically clinging to those infrequent glimpses of the good person you fell for while enduring horrible abuse in between. 3 brainwashing techniques like love deprivation, excessive criticism, and instilling phobias to strip away a person's core identity before implanting the desired mindset. Straight-up cult leader 101. They systematically tear down your sense of self-worth, obliterate your ability to think for yourself, and mold you into their version of ideal through punishing mental torture. So evil. 4, gaslighting and reality distortion, where the manipulator plants seeds of doubt by denying facts, minimizing experiences, and just straight-up lying through their teeth so consistently that you start questioning your own memory and sanity. It's psychological abuse disguised as faulty reality. They make the truth feel fictional, and the fiction feels irrefutably real. 5, weaponized projection, where the abuser attributes all of their own insecurities, undesirable traits, and toxic behavior onto their victim to avoid taking any accountability themselves. We see you over there, Karen. It's a twisted way to slam others with criticism that should be directed squarely at themselves while portraying themselves as the perfectly innocent party. The lack of self-awareness is what makes it so infuriating. 6, alienation and isolating tactics, where the abuser systematically cuts you off from any supportive friends, family, or outlets until you're utterly alone and dependent only on them, with nobody's perspective but theirs. It gets terrifyingly easy for them to distort your reality further. Trying to voice concerns only further separates you as they claim your loved ones are against you or jealous. 7, intermittent reinforcements, where they dole out the ideal words and gestures you crave, just barely enough to keep you hooked but never fulfilling. You like inconsistent random rewards, training an animal to obsess over the next scrap of approval no matter how they're treated. The drip feed of validation is purposefully unpredictable. 8, financial abuse and control, where they restrict your access to money, ruin your credit, or ensure you're entirely fiscally dependent on them as a means of stripping your independence and making it infinitely harder to escape their grip. Having no financial autonomy traps you in a constant state of vulnerability. They monitor your spending habits and isolate you from any form of potential material support. Manipulators love using money as a silent weapon to quietly erode self-sufficiency. Over time, debt and obligations become the invisible shackles binding their target ever tighter. 9, traumatic 1-2 punches, where they first emotionally detach and withdraw affection to provoke anxious protest behavior from you. Then use that understandable reaction as justification to initiate a new cycle of devaluation and punishment, a twisted, self-fulfilling loop. Your visceral human response to their cruelty becomes ammo against you. And 10, perspective aside, the unsettlingly cold practice of systematically dismantling your personal beliefs, interests, and perspective until none of your original identity remains. They gaslights away your very existence as a sovereign individual. Bit by bit, they convince you your core self is an illusion until you've contorted to their version. Thanks for walking this dark path of discovery with me today, friends. While the machinations of manipulators can seem monstrous at first glance, let us remember that within even the wicked, a spark of humanity often lies dormant. Knowledge alone does little. It is wisdom born of nuanced understanding which liberates both victim and villain from the prisons of their own design. Going forward, let our conversations uplift as much as illuminate. May insight kindle empathy, and empathy, in turn, light new paths toward peace. The shadows have their purpose. It is daybreak that sets us free. Like the video and subscribe to the channel for more.